there, welcome to this week's episode of Endurance Coaching Business. Cam Linksford here from Training Tilt. Training Tilt is an all-in-one endurance coaching platform where you can build training plans, prescribe training for your athletes, analyze all of the data, share it all online. And we also have built-in e-commerce tools so you can sell stuff, including just taking payments for your coached athletes, so you don't need to worry about a second payment gateway. We've also got built-in forms, so you can do all of your onboarding, your intake forms, all from the same platform. And if you are interested in a really personalized, branded platform, so you're not putting your clients through someone else's platform like Training Peaks, then we also have our ultimate plan, which is all of the same features you get with our normal plan, except we take our mobile app and we skin it up with your branding, your color scheme, and we publish it into the app stores under your name. So you will have your own coaching businesses app with all the features you'd expect from a modern coaching platform. So that's great, especially if you are wanting to grow a bit of a bigger business, maybe selling group training or training plans to hundreds of clients rather than dozens if you're just doing one-on-one coaching. But even if it's one-on-one coaching and you really want to have a personalized experience, then the ultimate plan could be for you. What am I working on at the moment? I'm actually working on an announcements feature and a new dashboard. So when your clients log in, just a bit of a snapshot of what should be happening for the day, or maybe not for the day, but if they log in every day, just a few things that they want to see. So they don't necessarily want to see their whole calendar. Maybe they just want to see, okay, what's the training for today and this afternoon or tomorrow, and what training plan am I on, if they're on a training plan, how many days to their next event. I think that's a big one a lot of people are asking for. And then also what I said before is announcements. So the ability to create some announcements in the system that your clients will see every time they log in. So you'll be able to set like a start date and end date. So if you just want to put an announcement for this week, or whatever you've got going on in your coaching business, or even just some motivational things you want to share with your clients, to be able to create those announcements, automatically set an expiry date, and just for them to have a little message there when they log into the app each day. So going to probably release those two things together. Anyway, back to the task at hand. So this week's blog is the last in my 9-part series about ways to find more clients for your business. So if we look back over time, the last one I did was building trust in communities, hosting live coaching webinars, attracting coaching clients with social proof, building coaching authority with email marketing. I won't go through them all, but it's just a sample of them. And this one's a bit of a culmination of all of these things. So reaching more ideal clients with paid ads. Paid ads, you say? You don't want to do paid ads. No one does, nor do I. But advertising is part of being in running a serious business. So I have to force myself to figure out how paid advertising works. I'm still working on it, but it's difficult. And the main thing you need to think about is you're not just trying to interrupt strangers and trying to sell them things. You can use paid ads for a lot more than that. So this is why this is a culmination of what we've been talking about, because all of the other 8 strategies require some sort of distribution. And when I say distribution, I mean, how do you get that content, all of that work you've done in front of enough of the right people, your ideal clients, to make it viable for you to grow your business. So paid advertising is a simple way to put all of those things that you've done in front of those people. So it's not all about an actual advertisement where you're saying, hey, here's my thing, buy this, and they don't even know you yet, so they're probably not going to buy it anyway. So let's jump into it. So more about what I was just saying, really. So paid advertising is not a standalone strategy in the context of this guide and in the context of anything, but it's a channel to amplify and distribute all of your other marketing strategies in your business. So like I said, distribution refers to the process of ensuring your content, partnerships, webinars, and any other efforts reach the best possible audience, including those outside of your immediate network. So that's the challenging thing. How do you get people to see your stuff when they don't know you yet? So this is the thing that most coaches underestimate, is the importance of distribution. So focusing heavily on content creation, but neglecting to ensure that the content is being seen by the right people. So, for example, you can use paid ads to promote your lead magnet from your email marketing strategy, direct traffic to your webinars, or highlight the testimonials and case studies that you've been using to build trust. So the key is to use this paid advertising strategically to amplify the reach of the work you've already done, not as a replacement for it. So properly targeted ads can extend your visibility to people who fit your ideal client profile. There's that thing again, your ideal client profile, not just anyone, and ensuring your efforts yield the best results possible. So let's jump into a couple of things. So there are a few distinct types of paid advertising. So two types really, but they fall into three main categories. So lead generation, brand and awareness building, and direct calls to action. So the third type, direct calls to action, is where most non-advertising professionals, us, get tripped up. So most of us don't realize that effective marketing involves these stages, and people often skip the essential part, the trust building, and go straight to trying to sell something from ads. So I've talked about that enough. I won't go into that anymore. So let's break down the stages. So lead generation. So the goal for this is collecting contact information to example, grow your email list or your advertising audience. So this focuses on generating a larger audience than you've already got. So that's going to help you grow. And promoting your lead magnets, etc., to do that, or your content or webinars, partnerships, etc., all this stuff you've already got going. And this helps to build awareness and introduces new clients. So you're more likely to grow if your pool of potential clients gets bigger and bigger. So the next one, awareness and brand building. So this is similar to the first, except the goal here is now to get them to read and view and see your content to build trust. So it's all about distributing your existing ideas, the content that you've worked hard at, the webinars that you've built. You know, if you run a webinar, you don't want to just waste that. Maybe you can publish it as well and put some ad money behind it so more people will watch it. So you don't need to necessarily create something new. So you're just really investing. So when you're spending, you're investing in visibility. So it can be especially powerful in repurposing your highlights, for example, or highlights of your webinars or your videos into snackable video clips. So short video clips, quotes, visual summaries, etc., to use in these ad campaigns. And they can just be posts that you've created that then you then boost with ads. So the last one, this is the one that everyone just jumps through. This is what people actually think paid ads is about, but actually this is just the very last stage. So this is direct sales and calls to action. So the goal of this is to make sales of your products and services. So sell training plans, get new athletes signed up, etc. So this works best when you've already done the other two stages. So you're not going to get any good results if you just try and sell your services directly to people who don't know you yet. So you're just going to waste your advertising dollars and waste time doing that. So this is at the end of that, once you've already built your awareness. So this is it. You want to combine all of these things together. Strategically combining these approaches, you can grow your audience and then convert those warm leads into paying clients. So the key is to use awareness and lead generation up front to build trust and nurture the relationship so they get to know, like, and trust you. So when you do finally introduce your sales ads, your audience is primed and ready to take the next step, or more likely ready to take the next step. So the details of this can get quite technical, how you want to make sure that you don't show your like third stage ads to the first stage people, but there's plenty of resources online to figure that out. Or what I'll talk about next is actually, should you actually pay someone to do this. So I've got a section here on lead magnets, but I've covered that in previous posts. I'm just going to leave that for now. Targeting and distribution. Again, one of the biggest mistakes people make, I make, who are not advertising pros, is you just think that the best thing to do is to get your ads in front of as many people as possible, but that's actually the worst thing to do, because you just waste your money on people who are never going to buy your stuff. So targeting and distribution is the backbone of effective paid advertising. So even the best content or offer will fall flat if you put it in front of the wrong people who are not interested in it anyway. So getting this right will mean that your ads are more likely to be seen, clicked, and acted upon by people who are the most likely to become paying clients. So the hardest thing is to narrow it down to the right customer profile. So again, you need to make sure that you have that nailed down. Who is your ideal customer profile? What are their interests? What are their goals? What are their pain points, etc.? What are their demographics? All of those things can be used to build into creating your audience. So good targeting, it's not just also about that initial setup, but you got to excuse me, tweak it over time as well. All right, so should you hire someone to run your ads? Well, I don't know, possibly. It can be expensive. You don't know for sure that the person that you've hired is going to do a better job at it, or a good job at it at all. They probably don't understand the coaching niche, so you're probably going to have to get deep into helping them with content anyway. They might focus too much on bullshit metrics like clicks and views rather than email signups and paid conversions, etc. So it's easy to fudge how good the advertising campaigns are doing by those metrics, so you need to be careful about that as well. So what are the pros of not hiring someone and doing your own? Well, one of the biggest benefits of running your own ads, or at least being involved in the strategy, is that you know your audience better than anyone. You understand their pain points, their goals, and their language. And that knowledge is invaluable when coming to creating the messaging, not just creating the audience, but also the right messaging that connects. So even if you do hire someone, you should really be heavily involved in the targeting and the copywriting decisions, and that'll make a big difference. So if you do decide to hire someone, make sure that you're heavily involved. There's zero chance of being successful by just handing the job off to them and then just saying, hey, there you go, sell me some training plans. It just won't work. All right, so we're coming to the end of it now. Let's just go through the key takeaways. So paid advertising is a powerful channel for amplifying and distributing your existing strategies, not necessarily a standalone approach. Actually, it probably won't work that well as a standalone approach. Use lead generation ads to build awareness and trust by promoting valuable resources like your existing webinars, content, lead magnets, etc. Reserve direct sales ads for warm audiences who already know, like, and trust you, because they will be more likely to sell stuff to them. Skipping lead generation and targeting cold audience with sales ads will always result in wasted advertising dollars. And finally, distribution ensures your content reaches the right people, increasing the effectiveness of all of your other efforts. Phone call, sorry. Excuse me. So that's it. That's the 9-part series. Not as though my blogs or episodes are over, but it was nice to do a bit of a series like that. If you have any feedback about stuff that you'd like me to talk about, then please let me know. And also, if you're interested in, I know a lot of you are not at current Training Talk customers, probably Training Peaks or something, but we're getting better all the time. So it would be great if you sign up for a trial. You might have already done that. maybe just see what we've introduced, what's different, to see whether we might be worth you putting the effort into migrate all of your stuff over. We've got some cool migration tools now actually from Training Peaks. It makes it a lot easier to get stuff over before, including your structured workout. So reach out if you got any questions about that. So I'm off for a surf now. I'm actually coming to you from the inside of my van today. You've probably seen the window behind me. Just waiting for the surf to settle. I'm down in Hawke's Bay. It's been very stormy. There's a few surfers out now. Looks like it's starting to calm down. So I'm going to put my wetsuit on, jump in, get a bit cold, but it should be great. All right, talk to you guys again soon.